to go here for the final here in Genk, Belgium. That rain has eased up, thankfully. We go green. Pedro Hilbrand from pole position. Novilak tries to sweep in around the outside. We've lost one of the Birrell Arts in the grass. Another two carts have crossed the track, and they will be black flagged and disqualified immediately. Pedro Hilbrand is the early race leader as they gently file onto the back straight. Remember, the track is slightly damp. The few drops of rain that we mentioned have eased up. Those carts crossing the circuit will be black flagged and excluded from this race. You cannot cut the circuit. Effectively, their race is over. That is Andre Pitts, Archie Tillett, and Alexander Gadbois. So Hilbrand is the leader, and what a lead the Spaniard has got as he nervously makes his way down in front of the grandstand. Christian Lundgaard up into second place. No, in fact, it's Tom Joyner. Lundgaard is third. The track is greasy. So let's look at the gap from Pedro Hilbrand. Look how nervously they're going down into turn number 1 and 2. Hilbrand, Joyner, Lundgaard, Smolja, Modja up into position number 5. So they start the second lap. Then it's Novilak from the outside of the front row. He's 6th ahead of Fiscal, Sargent, Travisanuto, and Jean-Baptiste Menouer rounds out the top 10. Well, it was nothing more than a few drops of rain, but it has certainly upset the setup of these carts here at Genk. It has not upset the Spaniard. Pedro Hilbrand, he's got a lead of 1.3 seconds over the championship leader, Tom Joyner. And the championship almost certainly to be decided between the Spaniard and the Brit over the course of the remaining 21 laps. Look at the two Tony Karts touch. Oh, a spectacular incident. Simonouer, and it might have been Modja, side by side. They went wheel to wheel. But they have continued on. Wow, that was absolutely sensational on the start-finish straight. At around 130 k's an hour as Smolja goes up the inside to put himself up onto the podium as he gets past Lundgaard. Lundgaard drops back. It was Modja and Simonouer. Also Novilak involved in that. As the race settles into a rhythm between Hilbrand and Joyner. Effectively, the driver who wins this race will win the European Championship. It is a battle of the CRG of Hilbrand and the Englishman in the Zanardi kart, who nervously locks up the rears going into turn number 2 on lap number 3, Tom Joyner. They go up the back part of the circuit. The rain has certainly eased off. There's the virtual championship. Hilbrand in front, not only in the race itself, but in the championship. Carol Bash, he's out of this one, remember, as Novilak sets about recovering from that bad start with the fastest first sector of the race. Again, Hilbrand makes an adjustment on that Perilla engine. Joyner is certainly getting close to him. The gap was out to 1.3 seconds. It's down to 0.5 of a second. You can see how close the Englishman is. We go back to third place. 1.9 seconds further back down the road is the Russian Alexander Smolja, who's been very impressive in recent times. He's got Clement Novilak charging up behind him, both driving Tony Karts. In fact, we've got 4, 5, 6 Tony Karts in a row. Smolja, Novilak, Fiscal, Modja, Travisanuto, and the Frenchman, Jean-Baptiste Menouer. After that great start, Christian Lundgaard has been shuffled back to 9th, and the American Logan Sargent rounds out the top 10. Well, Joyner right on the tail of the Spaniard. There's Archie Tillett in the Fullerton kart. Still lapping, but way down in position number 32. Jean-Baptiste Menouer sets the fastest lap of the race as the temperature starts to come up in these Vega tyres. They will get quicker and quicker. He's done a 52.382. Marta Garcia now makes her way into the top 10, getting past the German. The fastest qualifier, Hannes Janka. Joiner now all over the back of Hilbrand. Well, let's see if Tom will make an immediate pass for the lead, or if he will just bide his time and wait to make a move on the Spaniard. Perilla running 1 and 2. There's Smolja just leading Novalak. You wouldn't believe it. You can see the shadows on the circuit. The sun is out and shining, despite the fact that the opening lap, just 4 laps ago, was in wet and rainy conditions. Yes, we are in Belgium. The weather is certainly changeable here, just 10 miles from the Dutch border. No surprise to see the two TKART setting fastest lap of the race. Novalak, Siminoa into 8th. Sargent gets past Hannes Janka. Marta Garcia has dropped back to 12th. Effectively, her championship is over. She was 4th coming into this round. She remains as 4th in the virtual championship. If it were to end right now, Hilbrand would be the title winner from Joiner and Bash. Sargent is currently 5th in the championship. But remember, virtually whoever wins this race will win the European title. There's Clement Novalak. Title line for Alexander Smolja. Novalak has a big, long, hard look behind, only to find the Dutchman, Bent Fiscal. Another fastest lap for Clement Novalak, 52.244, immediately beaten by the fastest qualifier, Hannes Janka, who has topped that with a 52.242. They are getting faster. They are getting closer to the leaders. Well, this race is almost turning into a carbon copy of the previous events at Adria and Zuera in Spain. So you look at the virtual championship. Basically, remember, whoever wins this race out of Joiner and Hilbrand will claim the European Championship here this afternoon, all things being equal, barring a catastrophe. If the other driver was to finish in the points, or heaven forbid they take each other out. So a very cautious start for the opening 7 or 8 laps, but as we saw in Adria and in Spain, it's likely to all come alive because Smolja, the Russian, is catching, as is Novalak. Siminoa with another fastest lap of the race. He's in 7th, just coming into the top of your screen now. There's the TKART, Fiscal, Travisinuto, Siminoa, Guido Modja, Logan Sargent, and Hannes Janka rounds out the top 10. They are starting to catch the leaders. This is lap number 8 of 23. And Hilbrand and Joiner pulled away in the opening part of this race, but now it's turning into a four-way fight for the lead here at Genk. Novalak, the proud Englishman, despite the fact that he was born in Switzerland. Speaks perfectly fluent French and English. He is the WSK Supermasters champion of 2015 in the junior category. He won the pre-final earlier this morning, pre-final number 2. Smolja gives him a wave, says we're catching the leaders, let's get on with it. Hilbrand, though, is starting to pull away. Of course, he won that spectacular final in the greasy conditions, not too dissimilar to what we've got here today in Belgium at Adria, where 3 drivers came together on the final corner. Hilbrand swept around the outside, went from 4th to 1st in the space of 5 metres and took a spectacular win. Will we see the same today? He leads across the line. Novalak on the back of Smolja. Joiner up the inside goes Clement Novalak. Nicely done by the Englishman. The Russian is now off the podium. Well, let's see if Clement Novalak can win this one. He's now into 3rd. The CRG leading the Zanardi Kart of the 2013 World Champion, the very likeable Englishman, that is Tom Joiner. He's in 2nd place, and the gap is now out to 0.4 of a second from Hilbrand to Joiner. Novalak in 3rd, and he's put 2-3 kart lengths on the Russian already. Quite a gap back to Bent Fiscal. 1.8 seconds, in fact. Let's see if the Dutchman can catch the 4 drivers in front. There he is. It's not impossible. He's in position number 5. and he's done thousands of laps of this Genk circuit over the years, has Bent Fiscal. Hilbrand slides the CRG into the right-hander up the inside. Novalak is in second position. Well, the big beneficiary of that will not be the Englishman, but it will be the Spaniard out front as Smolja puts Joyner off the podium. Joyner is seeing his championship dissipate before his eyes. He needs to win it to take the 2016 European title. He was on the tail of Hilbrand just a moment ago. He's now back in fourth place. He cannot win the title from there. Smolja, the Russian, puts himself back on the podium. Bent Fiscal, he's getting closer. It's going to be a fight for the lead. We've just passed half-race distance, the packed grandstand. You just got a glimpse of it here in the sunshine of Genk in Belgium. Hilbrand again slides the CRG through the right-hander. Joyner off the podium. He needs to do something spectacular to catch and pass not only Smolja in front of him, but Novalak and Hilbrand if he's to take the title. But I think you'll find in a few laps' time he's going to have a problem, and that's going to be in the form of the Dutchman, Bent Fiscal. He's in fifth place, and he's carving tenths of a second out of the Englishman every single lap. A close-up of the Englishman in the Zanardi kart. As Noah Millel tries to recover from a bad start, down in position number 17. He sets fastest lap of the race and just now sets another fastest second sector. Clement Novalak from fourth to third to second to be right on the tail of the race leader Hilbrand. Well, perhaps that will help out Joyner. If Novalak can get to the lead, it will take valuable points away from the Spaniard, Pedro Hilbrand. If the race were to end right now, he would still claim the title. Fiscal, though, has been passed by Travis Anuto and Seminoea. Well, the Dutchman, did he make a mistake? He was in fifth and he was actually closing. He got to within 1 second of Tom Joyner, but now he's back to seventh. Incredible to think on lap number one, it was raining. Look at the shadows. The sun is shining here at Genk. Joyner, an adjustment to that Pirelli carburetor very precisely from the Englishman. Novalak is certainly catching Hilbrand. The gap is just officially 0.219 of a second. Up the inside, he came from a long way back. Novalak now leads. We were talking about the gap being 0.2 of a second. Clement says, don't worry about that. I'll take the lead. Thank you very much. So how does that affect the championship? Well, whoever wins it out of Hilbrand and Joyner this afternoon wins the title. But at the moment, it looks as though we may have the Union Jack ringing out at the end of these 23 laps. Brilliant move by Clement Novalak. He now leads. They start lap number 15. Joyner back in fourth. He watched that. He saw exactly what happened. He's doing the mathematics in his head. At the same time, he's trying to reel in the Russian, Alexander Smolja. There's Joyner, world champion in 2013. Smolja looks behind him to find the Englishman. We've got 7.5 laps to go as Clement Novalak leads them down through the chicane and up towards the grandstand. The packed crowd here at Genk in Belgium. Joyner off the podium, and he will not claim the title from there. Onto the start-finish straight, just touching over 131 kilometres an hour. The 125cc direct drive OK original kart class for 2016. International direct drive racing is back, and in a big way. These karts are fast, they are spectacular. And in a few moments' time, we will have a new European champion. Seminoea blocked Travis Anuto. Logan Sargent going through in position 9 ahead of Guido Moggia. Emil Dos, the Dane, just ahead of Marta Garcia, who's down in position number 12. The laps are starting to wind down here at Genk. Clement Novalak with 0.41 of a second over Pedro Hilbrand. There's the SMP Ward Racing driver, Alexander Smolyar. Quickly glances behind him. Alexander Tom has not gone anywhere. He's still right behind you. He wants that podium. He wants that place. He wants the European title to add to his 2013 World Championship. The Iami-powered Zanardi looks behind again, an adjustment on that Parilla carburettor. Well, let's see what Tom Joyner, the Englishman, can do in these final 6.5 laps at Genk in Belgium. The 5th and final round of the 2016 European Championships. Novalak has got the lead out to 0.5, nearly 0.6 of a second. The sun is certainly shining here at Genk in very changeable weather conditions. Hilbrand a little bit sideways under brakes. The gap is out to 0.84 of a second. Surely nothing will stop Clement Novalak from winning here this afternoon. Hilbrand on track for the championship. Joyner really needs to do something spectacular in these closing stages. With 4.5 laps remaining, he needs to get past the Russian and then the Spaniard if he's to reverse the current virtual championship. You just got a glimpse of the virtual championship. Hilbrand would win it from 133 to Joyner's 123 points, so 10 points the difference. And 0.2 of a second of a difference on the racetrack. 4.5 laps to go. The gap was 0.8 of a second now. Well, Clement Novalak, he's put it out to 1.03 seconds. Surely the British driver is on his way to victory. Will we hear the Union Jack ring out for the second race in a row? Because remember, Joyner won it last time out in Portugal. Well, perhaps Smolyar needs to put a rear view mirror on that Tony Kart because he keeps looking behind him and Joyner still remains. 3.5 laps to go. Hilbrand knows he just needs to finish in front of Joyner to claim the title. Perfect drive by Clement Novalak. Second in the Junior World Championships at La Conca Muro Lecce World Circuit in September of 2015. There's Minuer going through ahead of Hannes Janker. The German has recovered quite spectacularly from grid number 15. He is now into 6th. Ahead of Travisanuto, Biscal, Sargent is 9th. And Guido Moggia from Argentina rounds out the top 10. Joyner will need a miracle over the remaining 2.5 laps to claim the championship, and I cannot see it happening. He himself has lost another 1/10 of a second to the Russian that time round. Let alone catching and passing him, let alone catching and passing Hilbrand, who is almost now 1 second ahead of the Englishman. Joyner in the Zanardi kart. The world's fastest postman is Tom Joyner, as well as being a professional racing driver, working for British Mail during the week. But today it's all about claiming the Euro title, and I fear for his sake he's going to come up 10 points short, because Clement Novalak has just taken the last lap forward. He's got 1,360 metres to go. Pedro Hilbrand knows he will be the European champion for 2016 if he can just make it to the checkered flag. Smolyar is in 3rd spot. Look at Novalak slide that Tony Kart. He's enjoying himself out there, and he deserves to. He's driven a faultless race. Hilbrand over the ripple strip, down through the chicane for the last time, past the original part of this Genk circuit. up through the 180-degree hairpin, down the short chute, in front of the grandstand, the big crowd here at Genk. Clement Novalak cannot change the standings in the point series, but he will win here this afternoon. The checkered flag comes out for the Englishman. Clement Novalak has won it here in Belgium. Pedro Hiltbrand across the line in second, and he has taken the European Championship for 2016. Alexander Smolyar, the Russian, delighted with third, and Marta Garcia rally crosses her way across the line, down in 14th place. Well, it didn't end so well for one Spaniard in Marta. In fact, she's finished 15th. But Clement Novalak has won today, and what a drive by the Englishman. He really deserved that. The green team has won again. Pedro Hiltbrand has won the European Championship for 2016. There is your race winner, Clement Novalak. He's absolutely delighted with that. A difficult season for the Englishman, but that has more than made up for it. Clement Novalak wins here in a race that started in the rain, but is finished in sunny conditions. Pedro Hiltbrand, he knows it. He's won it. The 107 CRG, powered by the Perilla, is the European champion for 2016. Commiserations, it must be said, to Tom Joyner. He's missed out on the podium, but more than that, he has missed out on the European Championship by just 10 points. Let's recap it for you. Clement Novalak has won from Pedro Hiltbrand. Alexander Smolyar, congratulations to the Russian. He has made it onto the podium. Tom Joyner, fourth. What can we say? But congratulations on a fantastic season, Tom. He'll be out to claim his second World Championship at Bahrain in November after finishing runner-up in this year's series. Fifth place for Hannes Janka, fastest qualified, charged his way through from grid